There is a little story I want to share with you. The story is not from a hadith or from the Quran, and I don't know if it's an authentic, really it did happen, but the moral of the story is amazing. My sheikh told me this once when I was a kid, and he says, look, there's this story, and the moral is important, about another sheikh, a righteous man, who saw a dream. And in this dream, he saw that he's running in the jungle. Have you heard this one? He's running in the jungle. And as he's running in the jungle, behind him there is a lion or a tiger that is chasing after him and ferociously wants to eat him. He says, I'm running in my dream and I wanted to escape from the tiger until I saw a well. So I jumped into the well, not thinking what's at the bottom, but just to escape the tiger. He goes, as I jumped into the well in my dream, I grabbed onto a rope that was hanging. And I held onto this rope with all my life. The tiger walked away, and I could hear its roar fading away. He says, I felt safe. But then suddenly, after a little while, I saw beneath me in the well an anaconda, big snake coming up towards me, about to devour me. He says, so I started climbing upwards. But as I was climbing upwards on the rope, I saw right at the top 2 mice, one white and one black. And each one of them is nibbling away at the edge, top of the rope. If I don't make it in time, the rope will snap and the anaconda will devour me. So I couldn't make it in time. Instead, I started shaking the rope, he says in his dream, trying to shake the mice off. But he couldn't. As he was shaking it, he started swerving from side to side, hitting the sides of the well. He said, I felt something sticky on the walls. Because as I looked at the stickiness, some of it went into my mouth and I realized it was honey. Sweet, beautiful, indulging honey in my dream. It tasted amazing. He said, the honey was so sweet that I got busy licking the honey and I forgot about the anaconda and the mice that were eating away at my rope until I woke up. As I told you, we don't know if the story is true, but the moral is what we're after. So he went to his sheikh, and the sheikh said to him the interpretation of this dream. He said, what is this dream? He says, it's simple. If you want to interpret it my way, I'll tell you. That tiger that you are running from in your dream is a symbol of the angel of death. You can run away all you like in this life, do whatever you want, travel the world, go on holidays, go as far as you want, go to the moon and back. But the angel of death will inevitably catch up to you. Death, you will never escape it. He says, okay, then what is the well? He said, the well is your grave that is awaiting you. He said, what is the rope? He said, the rope is the life that you have before you fall into the grave. That's your life. He said, what is the anaconda? He said, if you don't fix up your life, that's the consequence of what you're going to in the hereafter. He said, what are the mice? What are the mice? He said, the mice is a symbol of the day and the night. Every day that passes, every night that passes is eating away from your life. Subhanallah. Wallahi, the meaning is true and it's supported by the Quran and Sunnah. He says, Ya Shaykh, what is the honey? What is the honey? He said, the sweet honey. The sweet honey is the indulgence of this world. You got yourself too busy with the false indulgence of this world that you forgot that there is an angel of death coming. Death is waiting. A grave is waiting. A hereafter is coming. And that your life is ending every day and you are heedless of it. Subhanallah. The meaning is true. The meaning is true. Abdullah ibn Abbas, the great companion of the Prophet ﷺ, says, I do not regret more than when the sun sets in a day and I go to sleep and I cannot count enough of extra good things that I have produced that day. He has to go to sleep knowing that he has produced good things that day. Otherwise, he has lost that day forever. My brothers and sisters, time waits for no one. Time is the beginning and the end, meaning it's not renewable. It's what you get and what ends. You can never get it back. Time will tell the truth. In time, everything is revealed, if not here and hereafter. Time is the equalizer. Everybody is equal before time. Nobody can buy extra time. Nobody can delay or bring it forward. Time is what you have. And the most precious thing you can give is your time. But at the same time, you must hold on to it and use it in the best way. What is the best way? As the poet says, لا دار للمرء بعد الموت يسكنها إلا التي كان قبل الموت يبنيها فإن بناها بخير طاب مسكنه وإن بناها بشر خاب بانيها. There is nothing awaiting you as a home except the home which you are building now. Now you're building it. The one that you were building before your death. If you build it with goodness in this life, then you will enjoy it forever. And whoever builds it with evil in this life is the true loser. You know, brothers and sisters, there are people who live for good reasons. They live for their family. They live for their children. They live for their job in order to survive and not need others. They live for worthy causes like a charity. They build orphanages. They live to uphold justice. They live to build society and make it a better place for other people. There are people who use their skills to benefit others and themselves and to build love and unity and peace between people. There are so many great purposes which people do live by, brothers and sisters. I am not ignoring that nor denying that. Muslim and non-Muslim. There are many people who live for amazing purposes in life. And we see them, mashallah. Amazing lives that they live, very purposeful and very meaningful. And that's excellent. But brothers and sisters, you've got to ask yourself questions. And then what? After all of this goodness that I lived for, did I live it just for here? Or is there anything after here? What is there after that? Just death and leave it behind, knowing that I've left a good legacy? Okay, beautiful. But the years go on and thousands of years go on and you'll be forgotten, everything is forgotten. Isn't there something greater than that? Is that it? Is that what life is? That's it? No. No way. Allah tells us this life is a short time, a transition from here, and then there will be another life. We as Muslims learn to make this life now purposeful and also make it purposeful for our hereafter. So that when you earn money, you earn it in a way that is permissible and halal. Why? Because your intention is that you want Allah, when He judges you on the Day of Judgment, you are comfortable to say, my Lord, I earned my wealth in the way that pleases you, and that is with goodness and justice. You want to spend your money, no problem, but spend it in the way that is halal. Why? Because you want to avoid the haram. So on the Day of Judgment, you say, my Lord, I spent it in the way that you allowed me. You might say, well, that's my money. You cannot get the money without Allah's resources, brothers and sisters. Your brain that God gave you, if He didn't give it to you, you cannot work and how to make money. The hands, the eyes, the mouth, the legs, the resources, they're all from Allah. You wouldn't get it without Him. So that if you have a purpose in life, you look after orphans, you look after your parents, you look after your children, you look after your spouse, you look after your health, you look after your enjoyment. You make meaning for it in this life, which is relationships with your family, relationships with your children, love and goodness, seeing your children grow up healthy, nurtured, righteous, good for this world. And then you leave it and pass away as a legacy. Not only in this world do you leave a legacy, but something for your hereafter, inshaAllah.